On a freezing October night in 2022, the quiet suburb of Maple Grove, Minneapolis, Minnesota, was rocked by a horrifying double murder that shattered the peace of a tight-knit community. At 17 Maple Lane, a cozy two-story home in the upscale Willow Creek neighborhood, the lights were still on well past midnight. But inside, a blood-soaked crime scene awaited discovery. Before we jump into this chilling tale, tell us where you're tuning in from in the comments below. And if this story grabs you, make sure you're subscribed to Family Crime Files because tomorrow we've got something extra special lined up. If this story's already giving you chills, hit that like button to let us know. The victims were Jack Larson, 38, a successful real estate developer known for his booming business in the Twin Cities, and his wife, Claire Larson, 35. A well-liked bank branch manager with a warm smile and a reputation for kindness. Neighbors described them as the perfect couple, affluent, private, and rarely showing signs of conflict. Yet, beneath this polished exterior, dark secrets simmered, leading to a tragic end. The Minneapolis Police Department was called to the scene around 11 p.m. after a neighbor reported hearing a piercing scream from the Larson home. When officers broke down the door, they were met with a gruesome sight. Jack lay slumped in the living room, his body riddled with stab wounds, blood pooling across the hardwood floor. In the master bedroom, Claire was found lifeless, with marks of strangulation and a deep gash across her throat. A blood-stained kitchen knife lay next to her body, glinting under the bedroom light. The brutal murders at 17 Maple Lane sent shockwaves through Maple Grove, Minneapolis, turning a quiet suburb into a hub of speculation and fear. As news of the killing spread, the Minneapolis Police Department, under the leadership of Detective Mike Warren, a seasoned investigator with over 20 years on the force, sprang into action. Warren, known for cracking complex cases, formed a special task force to unravel the mystery behind the deaths of Jack and Claire Larson. At a press conference, he declared, "This is no random crime. The violence and the scene suggest a personal connection to the victims. We will leave no stone unturned." Detective Mike Warren's task force dove deeper into the grisly murders at 17 Maple Lane, determined to uncover the truth behind the deaths of Jack and Claire Larson. Forensic technicians scoured the house, collecting blood samples, hair, and fingerprints with meticulous care. Initial results confirmed the blood at the scene belonged to Jack and Claire, but a startling discovery shifted the investigation. A long black hair found on the living room couch didn't match Claire's DNA. Tests revealed it belonged to an unidentified woman, raising new questions about who else had been in the house. Investigators also examined the couple's electronic devices. Jack's phone, found in his jacket pocket in the hallway, contained a cryptic email sent to Luke Thompson 3 days before the murders. It read, "We need to talk. I can't keep pretending nothing's wrong." The message, vague but loaded with tension, made Luke a prime suspect. Claire's phone, however, was missing, adding another layer of mystery. The couple's laptop, tucked away in their home office, held more clues. Emails and texts hinting at strain in their seemingly perfect marriage. Luke Thompson, Jack's close friend and co-worker, was summoned to the Minneapolis Police Department for questioning. The tall, sharp-featured civil engineer appeared calm, claiming he hadn't seen Jack in 2 weeks due to a busy project in a neighboring suburb. When asked about his relationship with Claire, Luke insisted he saw her only as a sister figure and denied any conflict. His cool demeanor did little to ease suspicions, especially with his fingerprint found on the IPA bottle at the scene. As the investigation widened, detectives dug into Jack and Claire's past. Jack's success in real estate had come with disputes, including a heated feud with a local investor, Victor Hayes, who'd threatened to sue Jack over a failed joint project. But Hayes had a solid alibi. He was in Chicago at the time of the murders, verified by hotel records. Claire's co-workers at the bank described her as dedicated but reserved. Her close friend, Sarah Miller, revealed troubling details. Claire had confided about mounting pressure in her marriage. "Jack changed," Sarah recalled Claire saying. "He got paranoid, always checking up on me. She even mentioned wanting a divorce, but was scared Jack wouldn't let her go. A breakthrough came when traffic cameras near Willow Creek captured Jack's black Ford Explorer leaving the neighborhood at 10:30 p.m. on the night of the murders, heading toward the outskirts of Minneapolis. The driver's face was unclear in the grainy footage, but the sighting prompted police to expand their search for the vehicle, hoping it held the key to the killer's identity. Then, another bombshell. The fingerprint on the half-empty IPA bottle didn't belong to Jack or Claire. It matched Luke Thompson. Confronted with this evidence, Luke admitted he'd visited the Larson home that morning to discuss a work project and shared a beer with Jack before leaving. His explanation, while plausible, didn't quell the investigators' doubts. Determined to find more answers, the task force searched Luke's apartment in a nearby St. Paul complex, 10 miles from Maple Lane. There they found a pair of women's sneakers identical to those at the crime scene and more strands of long black hair, similar to the one on the couch. Most damning, in Luke's trash can, they discovered a blood-stained dress shirt. DNA analysis confirmed the blood belonged to Claire Larson. Luke was detained for further questioning, but he vehemently denied involvement. "I didn't kill them," he insisted. "Jack was my best friend, and I'd never hurt Claire." The investigation into the Maple Lane murders took a dramatic turn when a breakthrough came from an unlikely source. 3 weeks after the gruesome discovery at 17 Maple Lane, a police station in rural Anoka County, 30 miles from Minneapolis, reported finding Jack Larson's black Ford Explorer abandoned in a sparsely wooded area off a dirt road. The vehicle's doors were unlocked, with the keys still in the ignition. Inside, investigators found bloodstains on the driver's seat and a half-smoked cigarette in the ashtray. Neither Jack nor Claire smoked, and the couple kept their SUV spotless, making the cigarette a critical clue. DNA analysis on the cigarette delivered a bombshell. It belonged to Charlie Hughes, 40, a security guard at a warehouse park where Jack's real estate company operated. Charlie, a man with no prior connection to the investigation, had a minor record for public disturbance, but no serious criminal history. When summoned to the Minneapolis Police Department, the short, weathered-looking man appeared rattled. He denied any involvement, claiming he'd never interacted with Jack or Claire outside work. But when confronted with the DNA evidence, Charlie's composure cracked. After hours of intense questioning, Charlie confessed to a shocking secret. He'd been having an affair with Claire Larson for over a year. The affair began in June 2021 at a gala celebrating the 10th anniversary of Jack's company, held at a downtown Minneapolis venue. Charlie, assigned as security, noticed Claire standing alone in a corner, holding a glass of wine, her elegance masking a quiet sadness. "She looked lonely," Charlie recalled. "I couldn't take my eyes off her." When Claire dropped her scarf near the exit, Charlie picked it up, cracking a light-hearted joke to ease the moment. Claire smiled, and a brief conversation about the chilly Minneapolis weather, work stresses, and a shared love for classic rock sparked a connection. Over the following weeks, Charlie found excuses to talk to Claire whenever she visited Jack's office. Their chats, initially polite, grew deeper as Claire opened up about the pressures of maintaining a perfect image as Jack's wife. She felt trapped, Charlie said. The affair took a dangerous turn one rainy August afternoon in 2021. After a heated argument with Jack at his office, Claire stormed out without an umbrella. Charlie, on duty at the gate, offered her his and drove her home. In the car, Claire broke down, sobbing that Jack had grown distant and paranoid, accusing her of hiding something. "He thinks I'm not good enough," she cried. Charlie comforted her, and when they reached Maple Lane, Claire instinctively grabbed his hand. That fleeting moment marked the start of their illicit relationship. Charlie separated from his wife for 2 years, and Claire began texting through Snapchat, keeping their messages hidden. Their conversations evolved from casual check-ins to intimate confessions about dreams, fears, and secrets they couldn't share with anyone else. By October 2021, they crossed a line, meeting secretly at a Motel 6 on the edge of Minneapolis, where the discreet staff turned a blind eye. They met during lunch breaks or late evenings, always careful to avoid suspicion. The affair became a refuge for Claire, who felt suffocated by Jack's controlling nature, and for Charlie, who saw in her a chance at something real. Preparing and narrating this heart-wrenching story took us a lot of time, so if you're gripped by this tale of betrayal, subscribe to Family Crime Files. It means a lot to us. And if you're shocked by Charlie's confession, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts. Do you think he's the killer? And share this video with your friends to see what they think. With Charlie Hughes's bombshell confession of his affair with Claire Larson, the Minneapolis Police Department's investigation into the Maple Lane murders took a darker turn. To untangle the web of secrets, detectives dug into the connection between Charlie and Luke Thompson, the initial suspect whose apartment held damning evidence. A former co-worker revealed that Charlie and Luke had worked together on a construction project 3 years earlier, where a personal loan dispute led to a heated confrontation. Though the issue was supposedly resolved, phone records showed Charlie called Luke on the night of the murders, just hours before Jack's black Ford Explorer left Willow Creek at 10:30 p.m. When confronted again, Luke's calm facade began to crack. He admitted knowing about Claire and Charlie's affair, but claimed he kept it from Jack to spare his friend's feelings. "I didn't want to break Jack's heart," Luke said. "I thought Claire would end it." Pressed further, Luke revealed a critical detail. He'd gone to the Larson home on the night of the murders, not to kill, but to confront Claire about her affair with Charlie. The conversation turned heated when Claire confessed she wanted to divorce Jack to be with Charlie. Furious at what he saw as a betrayal of his best friend, Luke stormed out around 10 p.m., insisting both Jack and Claire were alive when he left. Luke's story partially aligned with the timeline, but it didn't explain the blood-stained shirt with Claire's DNA found in his trash or the missing Ford Explorer. Detectives turned to surveillance footage from a gas station 5 miles from the wooded area where the SUV was found. The grainy video showed Charlie Hughes stepping out of Jack's Ford Explorer at 11:30 p.m., buying a bottle of water and leaving in a taxi. This placed Charlie at the scene after the murders, contradicting his earlier claims. Under intense pressure, Charlie Hughes finally broke. Sobbing, he confessed to killing both Jack and Claire Larson, recounting a stormy sequence of events fueled by passion and panic. The affair with Claire, which began in June 2021, had been a roller coaster. Claire was torn by guilt, often pulling back, while Charlie pushed her to leave Jack, promising a better life. To keep their secret, they used Snapchat, with Claire deleting call logs after every conversation. But Jack's suspicions grew. He started checking Claire's phone and questioning her whereabouts, once confronting her about leaving work early without explanation. By summer 2022, the affair hit a breaking point. Claire distanced herself, ignoring Charlie's messages and canceling meetups. Desperate, Charlie began tailing her, discovering she was attending marriage counseling with Jack and planning a romantic getaway to rekindle their relationship. Feeling betrayed, Charlie sent threatening texts, demanding Claire choose between him and Jack. Terrified, Claire agreed to one final meeting at her home on October 15, 2022, the night of the murders. Charlie arrived at 17 Maple Lane to plead with Claire to run away with him, but Jack returned home unexpectedly, catching them together. In a rage, Jack attacked Charlie, leading to a violent struggle. In self-defense, Charlie grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed Jack multiple times. Claire, witnessing the chaos, screamed and tried to flee, but Charlie, in a panic, chased her to the bedroom and strangled her, cutting her throat to silence her cries. "I didn't want to kill her," Charlie sobbed. "She screamed and I was scared the neighbors would hear." The confession of Charlie Hughes as the killer of Jack and Claire Larson sent shockwaves through the Minneapolis Police Department, but unanswered questions lingered. Why was Claire's blood on Luke Thompson's shirt? And who was the unidentified woman tied to the hair found on the couch at 17 Maple Lane? Detective Mike Warren's team pressed forward, determined to tie up every loose end in the Maple Lane murders. A deeper dive into Charlie's phone records revealed a call to an unregistered number on the night of the murders. The number traced back to Lindsay Harper, 32, a receptionist at the Motel 6, where Charlie and Claire had their secret rendezvous. When summoned for questioning, Lindsay admitted she was Charlie's other lover and knew about his affair with Claire. She revealed that Charlie had promised to divorce his estranged wife to be with her, but his obsession with Claire made him waver. Driven by jealousy, Lindsay had followed Claire and even confronted her at the Larson home the day before the murders, explaining the long black hair on the couch. Lindsay insisted she left before any violence occurred and had no role in the killings. The investigation also uncovered Luke Thompson's complicity. Though not the murderer, Luke had helped Charlie cover up the crime. After the murders, Charlie called Luke in a panic, begging for help. Out of loyalty to his late friend Jack, Luke agreed to hide a blood-stained shirt with Claire's DNA in his apartment, hoping to mislead investigators. This explained the damning evidence found in his trash. "I thought I was protecting Jack's memory," Luke said, his voice heavy with regret. With all pieces in place, the full picture of the Maple Lane murders emerged. Charlie Hughes, entangled in a complex web of affairs, lost control when faced with Claire's refusal to continue their relationship. On October 15, 2022, his desperate plea at 17 Maple Lane spiraled into violence when Jack caught them together, leading to the brutal killings. Charlie's attempt to erase his tracks, fleeing in Jack's Ford Explorer and enlisting Luke's help, unraveled under the weight of forensic evidence and his own confession. The case went to trial in May 2023, captivating Minneapolis and drawing heavy coverage from WCCO News. The courtroom was tense, with the Larson family demanding justice. Claire's father, Tom Bennett, addressed the court, his voice breaking. "My daughter didn't deserve to die like that. That monster needs to pay with his life." Charlie Hughes sat silently, offering no defense. On May 15, 2023, the Hennepin County District Court sentenced him to life without parole for 2 counts of first-degree murder, a verdict that brought closure to a city shaken by the tragedy. Luke Thompson, for his role as an accessory after the fact, received a 12-month sentence but was released early after 9 months for cooperating with police in the final stages of the investigation. The Maple Lane murders left a lasting scar on Maple Grove. The house at 17 Maple Lane, once a symbol of suburban success, now stands abandoned, avoided by neighbors unsettled by its grim history. The Larson family moved away, seeking to rebuild their lives after an irreparable loss. For the Willow Creek community, the tragedy remains a haunting reminder of the deadly secrets that can lurk behind closed doors.